And we're back here for Group A action here for the FX Open Invitational Series. I am Unstable, joined here by Railkun. We're going to go into our winners match now. The winner of this set will move on into the single elimination. We are going to have FXOIS Leenock up against I Am Happy. Both of them coming through their first matches. Well, seemed easily for Leenock, not so much for Happy. Anyway, we are going to start it off here. Leenock down here at the bottom left-hand corner as our red Zerg. And I Am's Happy up here at the top right as our yellow Terran. So, Happy coming through Jun 2-0. A lot closer than the results would actually state. But either way, still advancing to the winners set. And of course, Leenock going through MVP's Monster 2-0 in his games as well. So, a very interesting setup we got here. Leenock, of course, known for his ZVT quite a while ago, but he's been faltering off a little bit recently, hasn't been performing as well. So let's see if Happy can take advantage of this. It's been a while since I've seen Happy play ZVT. TVZ.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
He was pretty good at it the last time I saw him, but like you said, it's been a while since I've seen him in this particular matchup. Happy's games were pretty close, like you're saying. Just both of Jun's losses came down to one mistake right at the end. They were really well fought. Much better series than I honestly thought it was going to be. And, I mean, this is Terran versus Terran sometimes in the late game. One little mistake and then the game's over. Daybreak, of course, the other thing that Leenock is known for. So we've got Zerg versus Terran Daybreak. So he's definitely the favorite going into this right now. And we've got a little bit of a hidden barracks going on from Happy over here at the 12 o'clock position. So Leenock is going to scout around. He's going to see nothing. He's going to see no command center. This isn't like the super aggressive variant. This is like, I'm going to freak you out and make you think I'm 2-raxing you.
Yeah.
But it's just normal pressure. So he's trying to draw out an overreaction from Leenock. Though, honestly, making that orbital command in front of him, I don't really agree with, because then that tells him that you didn't make a second barracks.
It also tells him that it's not as... Yeah, like... I don't know why, for some reason, I thought you weren't going to say that. In my mind, I heard you say only one racks, and I was going to correct you, and then you said it right. I was like, oh, well, now I look like an absolute moron. But anyway, the drone has spotted here, as you were saying. Did give away the fact it's not a 2-racks by that orbital command. Going for an expansion behind it as well. Leenock hasn't reacted at all to it. He's got his pull at his normal timing. He's got his expansion, his normal timing, and everything. He can just pull 2 or 3 drones to deal with it if he wants to. So, he also has his overlords in position now. He has seen the expansion go down, but he's just out of range here to see this overlord, to see when it finishes exactly. We do see this barracks being floated back over here for Happy as well. So, oh, we do have a bunker being morphed up here as well. There's 1 queen, 2 queens on the way. Here come the drones to be able to clear this out.
Yeah, the Marine's even running away because there's no way. He's just canceling it. Doesn't want to lose the SCV. And I mean, right when Leenock would have had to make that decision on if he's going to commit to changing his build or not is when the orbital command came out. So that's why there's absolutely zero reaction, because the Happy just completely gave it away. Which is kind of odd, because that kind of an opening usually is specifically designed to fake your opponent out, and then he gave away the fact that it was a fake. But he's going for a really quick third command center inside his main base with double gas at the same time. He is not going to have many units here. And he is really relying on the fact that Leenock's not going to attack him, which is not a safe thing because, you know, Leenock, like we've seen before, likes to vary up whether he's aggressive or not. It looks like this game he's not being aggressive, so Happy should be able to get away with it, but that is very dangerous to do against an opponent like Leenock.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see 2 more queens on the way now for Leenock. It's very standard in ZVT these days, just get that massive amount of queens. Sometimes up to 6 in total before you even take that 3rd base, just to stop any kind of marine or Hellion pressure at the beginning. Lots of drones on the way here for Leenock, and look at like the timing of this 3rd is actually going to play really well into Happy here at the moment, because Leenock is playing very greedy right now. He's not going for any kind of aggression, so it's working out for both of them. And a very passive game so far. So we got Leenock taking his 3rd. He does not have any gas right now, either. No gas, period.
Yeah, none at all. He is just droning, relying on some map vision because he has both the watchtowers to throw down some spine crawlers at the last second if he needs to. This SCV is trying to sneak across. The 2 queens were in position, but no, they're moving forward to drop. Creep Tumors is realizing is a little bit too late, morphing some gas to make it look like he's going for the 3rd and 4th gas.
He'll probably just let it. Yeah, I was going to say he's actually right about now is the time he wants to get gas regardless, because he's already spent as many minerals as he possibly can without overdoing it. He's already at 41 drones. has 4 queens. He's got another 2 on the way for a total of 6.
He did see a lot of drones at the natural, though, so that could have given him an idea of the fact that Leenock has been cutting corners.
Yeah.
I know that this was something that at MLGs I heard some players complaining about, playing against some Zerg players who were really freaking them out by sending all of their drones down to the natural so that it looks like they were droning really hard and they were being aggressive. So that is something that players look at when they do these kind of scouting. So he's got it in his mind, Leenock is kind of playing greedy, but so am I. Ha 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 ha. So he's going to drop the double armory.
Yeah, I was just looking at it before. Double armory going definitely into mech now, considering we see +1 vehicle, armor, and weapons. 2 Hellions at the front here, just going to be completely shut down by the queens, as expected. But he hasn't moved this third command center over just yet. Yeah, good choice as well, because he just can't defend it, period. Both these guys very... Yeah.
He's cutting corners in his mech build, so I think that's why he hasn't moved it yet. I mean, the double armory this fast as well is a big thing, but he just has no units. And I think that comes down to the scouting. He's like, he knows he can cut some of these units and move through his build a little bit faster.
Well, neither does Leenock as well, remember, so... Notice here, Leenock getting some spore crawlers, but hasn't actually seen this starport just yet. Sees the amount of Hellions coming out here, though.
Yeah, that comes down to the fact that he's been skipping a lot of units, and he just wants to make sure he doesn't get caught off guard by something like that. This spine crawler is going to root. There's only 1 queen over here, so he could actually circumvent this and roast a lot of drones if he wanted to. But he doesn't have that many units. He can't afford to be giving away his only units right now for drones. So he is playing a little bit defensive. We just got kind of a standoff going on right now, except, you know, there's no army. They've got a few units, and none of them know if there's any more units behind the units that are in front, so they don't want to commit to anything.
Yeah.
And Leenock's layer, there we go, that's the right word, is almost done here, as well as a macro hatch. So he's going to be able to start kicking out a lot of units really soon.
Well, he's already drone saturated. He's at 73 drones right now. His upgrades are roughly on par with Happy's here, or his mech upgrades at least. He's going for that Spire. He's got Baneling Nest on the way. See, he sees these Hellion numbers, but these could still all have been produced. Well, these were produced off one factory with the reactor Hellions so far. He's only just now added extra ones. And
yeah, you can see he's still not even like committing to this because he doesn't know how many Zerglings are out on the field, which is good because now there are a lot of Zerglings on the field. They're swinging around using the fact that he has map vision, going around the watchtower outside and now going straight for the third. There's not a lot here. He could go right into this mineral line and take out those mules and a few of the SCVs, which looks like exactly what he's doing, running and using hold position, take out the workers. Now trying to get away from the Hellions, but the Hellions do cut him off quite nicely. They might be able to swing around this way and get most of them out alive, which he is actually going to be able to do. So nice job there by Leenock.
Yeah, he's gotten some more information about that as well. Unfortunately, for him, Blue Flame wasn't done just yet, so Happy hasn't given that away, but he has given away the fact that he's got Banshees there. We do see a 2-2 on the way for both players.
Wow. Double hatch from Leenock.
Yeah, here we go, but he is moving forward now for Happy. He's probably not going to be able to defend this space just here, because the Spire's not done yet, and Leenock banking quite a bit of units. Targeting down that one of those Banshees gets it to about 60%
doesn't get
health.
Cancelled.
Ooh.
He has a lot of minerals right now, so that's not the biggest problem, but I mean, he has so many hatcheries. He's getting ready to start slamming out units, 200 permanently type thing.
Yeah.
And once these mutas pop out, he is actually going to be able to, well, kill the entire army. There's 2 Thors for Happy, which are the only anti-air except for 1 Viking, but they're not anywhere near this army because he cannot afford to move out the Thors and lose them due to bad positioning. So they're having to stay at home. He's chasing the Banshees with mutas. Is going to force the Thors to move up, which they are doing right now, but oh, he will be able to just barely save these.
Well, Leenock doesn't know that Thors are here yet. There we go. He does back off just in time. He's going to be able to see this 4th base, though. Stop that turret from going up. There we go. At the same time, he's got those 2 bases up and running again. He's got Banelings being morphed. His mutas are quite safe at the moment. However, he is down 30 supply.
What is he going to do against the Thors? There's no Roach Warren. He does have an infestation pit, but he's not going for Neural. It still looks like he's sticking with the Zergling Baneling Muta, but he's going to need something to deal with the Thors.
Banshees in the middle of the map.
Them. Oh my god, that Banshee's dead.
They're not actually attacking the Banshees. There we go. Lots of those mutas on very low health now, though. Does lose 1 as well. Leenock going for Hive right now with a Roach Warren as well. He's got Pathogen Glands on the way. He's just trying to... He's pretty much praying that Happy doesn't move out at this point in time. He's got a lot of spine crawlers going down at his fifth base. Fourth base is up and running. He's got spine crawlers and spore crawlers at every single base to stop drops and any kind of run by.
This unit composition can't really make a concentrated all-out attack until it's at 200 just because of the Thors. Like, critical mass is what Thors are. If you lose any of them before critical mass, it just sets you really far behind. So he's poking out, going to try and take out Creep here, just limit the mobility of Leenock. But he does feel relatively safe. He's got some roaches on the way to help.
Oh, Baneling's coming in.
He does commit. Oh, nice Banelings dealing with these Hellions. But that's 30 roaches about to pop out, which is going to be an issue. And that's a lot of spine crawlers as well.
Yeah, those two upgraded Thors.
He needs to get out of here.
Well, he doesn't realize how many roaches are actually on the way. He's losing quite a few Hellions to these spine crawlers. And here we go, roach reinforcements coming in. This is really bad for Happy now. There's just so many. He's just going to be able to target down these Thors one after the other. Baneling's coming in to take out all the SCVs that were sitting there in the mix as well. There's one tank, but it's just not going to be enough. And Happy will be thwarted.
That's such a huge delay to the strategy for Happy. You cannot lose Thors like this in this build. Yeah. I mean, the supply count is still even, but it's more, the problem is he just lost so many Thors. It puts him so far behind. He can't reproduce any of those Thors. That strategy is now dead. There's no way he can do that. Now he's trying to switch into Hellion tank, but there's just not enough units. If Leenock continues to slam out roaches, he could actually just try and overwhelm him here, but it looks like he's going to continue teching, get those Broodlords out, and then try and finish the game.
Yeah, he did get that second Spire. He does that quite often in his ZVT, just to get those upgrades as well as the Broodlords at the same time. Greater Spire at the same time. We do see creep everywhere here for Leenock. He is 20 supply up, but he's also got just a massive advantage in the economy as well. 5 Corruptors on the way at the moment. Upgrades everywhere. So Leenock in a very comfortable position. He can't really move out, but oh, here we go. We do see quite a few Hellions coming up into the fourth base, but there's 3 spine crawlers here, Railcoon.
Yeah, there's a lot of drones are going to go down here in the meantime, but he does have quite a few. He can afford to lose those. He might have actually been wanting to suicide those soon anyway, because he was really high in the drone count. He probably would have wanted more supply for his army soon. Well, so he might not actually be concerned about that at all, because he's still at like, what, 96 drone? Oh my god. But interestingly enough, Happy is actually trying to rebuild his Thors right now. This is very uncommon. A lot of players, when you lose the Thors like that, just switch out of them. Yeah. So he will have some anti-air for these Broodlords, but the question is, how many Broodlords will they be? Is that enough?
Yeah.
He doesn't have any Vikings, so he's going to be relying completely on the Thors to deal with these Broodlords.
Well, Leenock is taking another base here. It has been spotted by Happy. He's moving up, and here come the Roaches. They are going to be able to probably take out a couple of Hellions before they back off. But Broodlords are being morphed now. They're about 50% of the way done, and there's enough Infestors here. If Happy moves down and actually tries to engage here, it will be absolute suicide.
Yeah, this is really dangerous. He is now maxed, but...
Oh, the Broodlords spawn right as the Hellions come down.
Yeah, Happy needs to get rid of some of his extra workers here, though. If he's going to go for this mech army, he has 82 SCVs, which is too many. He needs to get some more into this mech army if he wants to get that critical mass, like, mech death ball. But now he's being forced away, and he's losing tanks on the retreat to these roaches. That's just going to soften this up even more. We've got the Broodlords just moving forward, trying to push Happy back slowly. There is a single Viking out with 5 more on the way, but there are Corruptors now coming out to defend the Broodlords. It's going to be really, really difficult for Happy here.
Hellions in the fourth base here for Leenock is like his Broodlords are just taking on this entire army by themselves. They are being cleaned up, of course, but they've just whittled down that Thor count so much that the Roaches are now coming in behind. The Thors still haven't been able to kill all those Broodlords as well.
Yeah, but trading units with the mech army is almost always beneficial because it just takes so long to rebuild. Yeah. Like, Leenock is completely fine with that. He's still maxed right now. 6 more Broodlords on the way. Happy's down 30 supply right now. Like, he can do that all day long. Happy cannot allow himself to be trading units like that, though.
Yeah, and we do see our burrowed Roach, not a Zergling down here. That's going to be very frustrating for Happy because he's just actually burned a scan as well.
Yes. Tunneling claws too, so look at how fast it's regenning. It's not actually taking any damage.
There we go, Leenock moving forward again into this planetary. This is probably going to be the killing blow here for Leenock because he's got so many Broodlords, he's got Roaches under there, he's got Infest, he's just sitting back quite nicely. And he's taking out all the Vikings. The Broodlords are just tearing all of this army apart and not looking good at all.
Yeah, the Corruptor's doing a good job of skirmishing with the Vikings, not letting them hit the Broodlords. More and more Corruptors coming in to join the party. while the Broodlords just clean up everything. Infester's in the back just as a what-if emergency, but he doesn't even really need them. If he had managed to get under the arm, he could have thrown out a lot of infested Terrans and dealt with it. So, he's just completely prepared for anything that Happy could have done. Leenock just played this game really, really well. And it comes down to those Thors being lost in the center of the map earlier in the game. Like, losing Thors like that just puts you so far behind in this kind of mech build order that it just gave Leenock complete control over the game.
Yeah, so we did see a GG there from Happy, so we are going to go into game number 2 right after this commercial break. Stay with us.